But we all have a choice. The choice is you can let the outside noise affect you or drive you. What's it going to be?
But he is going to be met hard and met fast by number 31 of that defense, Daryl Green, a name that I have said again and again tonight. Daryl Green making a huge tackle.
Going over to my second must-watch game of Week 5, the Dallas Cowboys versus the Los Angeles Rams. And I was wrong. I was wrong about the Rams offense getting back on track. I thought things would be different. I thought Matthew Stafford, maybe they can get a running game. They didn't get a running game going. Cooper Kupp had another dominant game, but they still don't have that solidified number 2 receiving option. And that's such a glaring hole. Really, I know they're going to be looking to see when Odell gets healthy. I know they're going to be inquiring about him. But right now, they have to find a fix. Allen Robinson, I challenged you this week to show something, and I still haven't seen much out of you. You're the guy who got paid. We see what Von Miller is doing and the impact he has in Buffalo. He can ultimately be made as a Defensive Player of the Year candidate right now because of his impact, his production. He's just killing it off the edge for Buffalo right now. And Allen Robinson, comparing the two, putting the two and two together. Look at Vaughn, look at Allen Robinson. There's not much of a comparison, especially on the impact, especially on the production as well. It's just not adding up. It's making the front office for the Rams look bad because you could have gave Von Miller this money. You didn't. You know you needed a number 2 receiving option, but you picked the wrong guy. That's what it's looking like so far. Going to the Cowboys. Like I said, with Dak being out, I said this in the beginning, they're going to have to win with defense, and that's what they've been doing. A lot of people, they want to overhype Cooper Rush, make it seem like he's better than Dak. I've never, ever believed for a second that Cooper Rush was better than Dak Prescott. But what I did say, I said this defense was elite. We're talking Trayvon Diggs, Micah Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence. Those guys all playing well. And yes, we did see Trayvon Diggs give up some plays, but we seen it with Jalen Ramsey's interview. He speaks on how Trayvon Diggs likes to play in phase, and you will see that a lot of the times. Rather than playing the arms and the hips, he's playing the ball. He's reading the quarterback's eyes, and especially against a guy like Tutu Atwell, this is a guy who ran 4.2 coming out of college. So, scouting report, you got to know that. You let him get too much ground, and once you let a guy get ground on you like that with that electric type of speed, you're already beat. It's not much you can really do in that position. You're beat. You have to give that play up to him. Cooper Kupp also beat him with speed, on a man-to-man coverage play. He beat him with speed. I think Trayvon Diggs underestimated Cooper Kupp's speed on that play that Cooper Kupp scored on because you look at it, he's playing in phase once again. Cooper Kupp beats him. He runs after the catch, gets to the end zone. A lot of people underestimate Cooper Kupp's speed, but guys around the league, they'll all be the first to tell you, this guy is fast. This guy is faster and bigger than what people may think of him. And like I said, going back to that Rams offense, they really struggle. Matthew Stafford fumbled the ball on the first drive of the game. They go and get points off of that. Also, a block punt in the first quarter. They go and get points off of that. So the defense, they're playing exceptional. They're playing at an elite level. They get after the quarterback. They play coverage. They do it all. They don't stop the run particularly well, but the Rams, that's not much of a run game to even have to stop. So that was covered in that aspect. But I really think the offense surprised me. Tony Pollard, Zeke. Like I said, Tony Pollard is really a hit-or-miss guy. Either you're going to get some big runs from him or you're going to get a whole lot of nothing. But like we seen, he broke away in that game. He got a big run for a touchdown, and that's where he's at his best. You get him in space, you let him make some guys miss, and that's where he puts points on the board. That's where he gets those big runs. Zeke, a bounce-back game for Zeke. Like I said, he hasn't been looking like himself, and I don't expect him to perform like this in consistent games. He can do this every once in a while, but if you want to run the ball, if you want that to be your bread and butter, your model of your team, now that's not going to work, and that's why you need Dak, because this can only hold for so long. And going into that, they play the Philadelphia Eagles this Sunday, and I think I said that the Cinderella Magic story would end against the Rams, but the Rams, they're not that same team offensively. Offensively, they really struggled. They couldn't get much going. So I know the Eagles, I know what they hold as offense. I know what they possess. I know what they represent. Jalen Hurts, don't get him mistaken. He's going to score way, way more than 10 points. I would be surprised if he doesn't score anything from the 24 to 30 range. So if Cooper Kupp think he's going to come out here, pass for another 10 completions, 100 yards, a lackluster game. And I mean, it's not that he had a bad game, but that's what was needed out of him to beat the Rams. But to beat the Eagles, you're going to have to throw the ball. You're going to have to throw them to a victory. And I would start Cooper Rush. That's a controversial topic. Jerry Jones, he's riding a hot hand right now. And I wouldn't even start Dak. I wouldn't consider starting Dak. I wouldn't put it in the equation because why would you start him against an undefeated team? This is a guy who's coming off a hand injury, so you want to give him some room. Give him another week because with or without Dak, I believe you lose this game, so why do you risk him not being 100% healthy, going against Hassan Reddick, Fletcher Cox, those guys, you know how they get after the quarterback, so why would you put him in that position? So that leads you to another Cooper Rush start. I don't believe they win, but like I said, I like what I'm seeing out of that defense, and that's ultimately why they've been winning games without Dak Prescott.